Hello, welcome to Chapter 13, Lesson 6. Today we're going to be talking about area of rectangles. Let's get started. A park manager is building a small rectangular playground. It will be 10 meters by 7 meters. That means one side's 10, one side is 7, and we know that it's a rectangle. So if this side is 10, then that means the opposite side's 10. And if this side is 7, then the opposite is 7. Okay, so we have to kind of use what we know about our shapes to know what we're talking about here. But, one side's 10, one side's 7, so we can tell the opposite sides too. One way is we can draw it out. Now ask yourself, is this the most efficient way? Draw it out and count the squares? I don't want to sit here and count all these squares. I'm going to miss one, or I'm going to count one twice. So the better way to do it is this. Multiply the side lengths. So if we multiply 10 times 7, we can know how many squares are in here because this is just an array. Remember when we were talking about arrays? That's exactly what this is. 10 times 7 is 70. The length is 10 meters and the width is 7 meters. The area measured in square units, in this case it's measured in square meters. So the area of the playground is 70 square meters. You can check by using repeated addition, right? 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, but we're going to get 70. A formula. Ooh, I love formulas. Formula is an equation that shows the relationship between two or more quantities. Quantity is just a fancy word for amounts or numbers. A formula uses letters to represent the quantities. Again, amount or numbers. You can use a formula to find the area of a rectangle. So here's our formula. To find the area of area A, we always use a capital A, of a rectangle. We need to multiply the length, and for some reason we always do a cursive L, by the width, which we do regular W, I guess. So our formula is A, which stands for area, is equal to L, which is length, times W, which stands for width. Okay, so if we know this formula, we can figure out A, L, or W. We just need two of those values. So if we're going to find the area for this rectangle, first we write our formula out. Capital A equals L times W. A we don't know, so we can't put a number in for it. L we know is 9. Length is 9, and W width is 5. So instead of W, we put a 5. Instead of an L, we put a 9. Now, here's the big question. Length versus width. How can you know which one is length and which one is width? It doesn't matter, as long as you're not using the same side twice. Okay, because 9 times 5 is the same as 5 times 9, right? That's commutative property. So it doesn't matter. Don't get hung up on, well, I don't know if it's L, I don't know if it's W. Just plug a number in, you're good to go. 9 times 5 is equal to 45, so we know our area is 45 square feet. So if we find these areas, here we go. And I do want you to write the formula every time because we're in the beginning stages of following formulas. So I do want to see that. Okay, so we're going to write our formula. Capital A equals L times W. Okay, I'm going to say the L is 6. So right below the L, I'm going to write my 6. Right below my W, I'm going to put my width, which is 2. And then I'm going to bring everything else down. Bring down my A, bring down my multiplication sign, bring down my equal sign, bring everything else down. Now I can compute. 6 times 2 is 12 equals capital A. So that means that the area is 12 square inches. Okay, let's do that again. Capital A equals L times W. L is 3. W is 3. Bring everything else down. Oops, that's supposed to be an equal sign. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9. So the area of this shape is 9 square meters. Of this shape. I mean a square. We know that's a square, right? Okay, let's do it again here. Capital A equals L times W. 8 for L, 4 for W. Bring everything else down. 8 times 4 is 32. Okay, so the area of this shape is 32 square feet. Let's write our formula. L7, W2, bring everything else down. 7 and 2 is 14. So the area of this shape is 14 square meters. So why is it square feet here, square meters here? We're just looking at what unit is used in the original shape. In this case, they're both rectangles. So we're just kind of looking at what is that. We put square in front, and then we put the unit. Find the unknown side. Okay, so this is what I was talking about here. If we know the formula, area equals length times width. Okay, do we know the length? No. Do we know the width? Yep, 6. So I'm going to put a 6 right below the W. And we know that the area is 36. So right below A, I'm going to put 36. Then I'm going to bring everything else down. So something times 6, this is my L. Sorry, it looks kind of shaky. My L times 6 is equal to 36. We're saying what, whenever we have an unknown, we always say what times 6 equals 36. And I know that 6 times 6 equals 36. Right? So the unknown would be then 6 inches. And that's true because look at that shape. That shape is a square. But should you assume it's a square? No, we should be doing the math to prove it. So let's look here. Here I know area equals length times width. Okay, I know my area is 24 because I'm looking right here. I know my length is 8. And I don't know what my width is because I have W there. So that means that's what I need to figure out. So 8 times what equals 24? 8, 16, 24. Oh, look at that, 3. So 3 times 8 equals 24, which means that W should be a 3. So the unknown is 3 meters. Explain how the equation A equals L times W is a formula. It is a formula because you can use it for any square or rectangle to find the area. You plug numbers into the variables. Variable is a fancy word for a letter, right? Into the variables to find the missing quantity, the missing, sure, we'll put quantity because that's what they like to use. Quantity. Okie dokie. For exercises 6 and 7, use the information below and the rectangle at the right. Mrs. Morris plans to tile her front hallway shown at the right. If each tile is 1 foot long, 1 foot wide, how many tiles will she need? So, area equals length times width. 9. 6 is going to give us our area. 9 times 6 is 54. So our area is 54, and this whole 1 foot long, 1 foot wide means she's just going to need 54 tiles. right? If they were different, then we'd have to do some more math, but because they're 1 foot by 1 foot, that means we're just solving for area, regular old area. The squares of tiles come in packages of 6, so we have 54 tiles. I should have put this on the other page. Tiles, not time. They come in packages of 6 tiles. How many packages will she need? Okay, so we're doing 54 divided by 6. Write an equation to show how you determine the number of packages needed. So we'll say 6 times, we don't know, is going to be 54 tiles. Okay, or I could say 54 divided by question mark equals, or divided by 6 equals question mark, right? Okay, so let's see. How many tiles does she need? Well, I know that 6 times 10 equals 60, which gets me real close. So what would happen if I did 6 times 9? Okay, if I do 6 times 9, I just have to subtract 6 because I'm taking one group away, one group of 6 away, and I would get 54. 6 times 9 is 54, so she will need 9 packages. 9 packages. Test practice. Which equation can be used to find the area of the rectangle? Okay, so capital A equals 5 times 10, right? So we're not adding, we're not subtracting, we're not dividing. I guess I didn't even need to think about it like that because we know that to find the area we multiply. And anyways, that's all that I have for you today. Thanks for sticking it in till the end, and we will see you later. Bye.